Hello, welcome to Healthy Living 365, workshop number 1. Today we're going to be talking about self-efficacy, learning how to believe you can. My name is Katya Larson, and I'm super happy to be with you today. I'm a health educator, and I specialize in wellness. I'm teaching classes like this for Healthy Living 365, and I'm spearheading the new community health campaign for Rexburg, Idaho, where our message is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. We want to help you make some of those awesome improvements for yourself and your family. So we'll be talking today about Fred Astaire. I'll tell you why in a minute. What self-efficacy is. What does your inner voice say to you? We'll go over some mantras and affirmations. We'll talk about factors that affect our lifestyle, the little engine that could, role models, tips, and baby habits. Let's go. We'll start by watching a little bit of dancing. All right, that was just a little bit of taste of what Fred Astaire did. Why did I show you that little clip? Okay, so a little bit of history about Fred Astaire. Initially, Hollywood rejected him, even though he was an incomparable dancer. He was called only a balding, skinny actor who can dance a little. But he went on to become one of the greatest dancers and actors in history. Why? Because he had self-efficacy. Now let's talk about that. A lot of people haven't heard of self-efficacy and sometimes think that it means self-esteem, but it's actually not the same thing. Self-esteem is your judgment of your self-worth. Self-efficacy is the judgment of your self-capability. So it's your personal belief in your ability to produce desired results by your own actions. Things that play into that are motivation, accomplishments you've already gotten done in your life, a belief in what you're doing, and how much you practice. Low self-efficacy may prevent us from reaching our full potential, but luckily, self-efficacy is a muscle that can be built. First, we need to increase the kindness and compassion we show ourselves. That's a really important step, and it's kind of the first thing that we need to do before we can really start to make some healthy changes in our lives. So what does your inner voice say to you? How do you treat yourself in your mind and in your heart? Do you believe you're worth it? Do you believe you have value? Do you talk negatively to yourself, or do you love yourself? It's really hard to progress if we don't care about ourselves. Let's start by choosing a positive mantra to repeat each day. What will yours be? Here's some examples. Please feel free to write one down, or 2 or 3 or even 5 if you want to change it up a little bit every few days. Here are some I am affirmations. I love the one that says, I am strong and getting stronger every day. Or, I am constantly growing and improving. Here's a few more. I am full of light. I am amazed by what I can do. I am confident in all that I am, all that I have, and all that I can do. I am already enough. Take a minute to look through those and write some down if you have. Here's a few I choose positive affirmations. I choose to be happy for myself and for others. It's kind of an important one, number 2, especially when we're thinking about how we can make good changes in our lives that will affect our families. I choose healthy habits today and every day. And here's a few more. I choose to prioritize myself. This one's really important. We need to remember that in order to take better care of our families, we need to take care of ourselves first. We can't really pour from an empty glass. How about number 15? I choose to try, even though I'm afraid. Change is hard sometimes. Even small steps are really hard sometimes. So I like that one. I choose to try, even though I am afraid. I know I have everything I need to succeed. Those are some great ones. Self-efficacy is important. We can have it to regulate our exercise, to work on our eating habits, our problem solving, our pain management, even for things like driving a car or learning a new skill like cooking a new healthy dinner for your family. The more you do something, the better you'll get at it. So what skill will you choose to work on having self-efficacy for first? It's totally up to you. You can start with anything you want. As you're thinking about that, let's talk about some of the factors that come into play. Developing and improving our self-efficacy is related to our environment, physically and psychologically. So think about your environment for a minute. Think about your home. Think about maybe school or work or friends or family. Think about the things that you have around you, the people that you have around you. How do they affect the decisions that you make for your health, physically and psychologically? Changing our environment or our mindset isn't always easy, and taking action can be challenging. But one way to make it easier is to create small habits that relate to our bigger goals. I love doing this. If I write down big goals without anything in between, it kind of seems unachievable, and it can be really frustrating and discouraging if you don't get to those big goals right away. But if you write down at least one thing, one small thing or a habit or a goal, and a date next to it by when you will complete it, you're a lot more likely to get there. Little by little by little, day by day, little goal at a time, one at a time, baby steps. Setting those small habits or small goals for yourself, that's what we need to get us pointed in the right direction without overwhelming us. And as you complete each one, your mindset around that particular task changes and it becomes more positive. For example, if I say, I want to go to bed by 10:30 every single night, and I say, I'm going to do that every night for the next month. Well, maybe for me that's not quite practical because I like to have a date night on the weekend with my husband. And maybe sometimes we want to stay out later. So maybe setting a goal of getting to bed by 10:30 3 nights a week at first would be good. And I can put dates next to that for the first week. And as I do each one, I can check it off. That'll give me a little bit of flexibility in case the kids are up late or in case I'm out later with him more than one night. And then I can feel better about reaching those goals. And I'm more likely to keep setting goals and getting to the bigger ones. The way you think, speak, and act better align with who you are becoming as you do this. For example, I want to be a chess player. I want to learn how to play chess. I am learning to play chess leads to I am a chess player. Another important thing is surrounding yourself with people who, quote unquote, play chess. So if you're wanting to develop a new skill or a new habit or change something in your life, it's really important to surround yourself with people who are already doing those things. Kind of plays into that environment talk that we had. Take action and be aware that your environment either supports or hinders you achieving your goal. We can develop more self-efficacy by mastery, social modeling, social persuasion, and our physical or emotional states. Let's talk about the little engine that could for a minute. This story is all about perseverance. In the beginning, the little blue engine didn't believe in its ability to get over the mountain, but was motivated to try. Surrounding the train were all the toys for the children on the other side, encouraging her to keep going. It was what that train told herself that got her up the mountain. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And then at the top, I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could. That train persevered, believed that it could, and was surrounded by a positive environment. So think of someone who is already doing what you'd like to do and use them as a model or as an example. What caused that person to become the way they are? Think about that for a minute. What can you learn from this role model concerning your own goal? And imagine that this role model was to motivate you to reach your goal. What are 3 things that they could say to you that would inspire you to keep pursuing that goal? Write those down. Take a minute and just write those down. Think about it. Once you're done writing some of those things down, you can look at these tips. And I love these, and they are very important. Giving yourself a mental high five or an actual small reward when you accomplish your little habits is really important. So if I say, for example, I'm going to have a green smoothie 4 mornings a week, and I start with the first week, and I check off every day that I do it, and when I do it, by the end of the week, if I've got 4 checked off, I get some sort of a reward. Like maybe I get to go out to breakfast. Maybe I could take one of my kids to one of our favorite restaurants and get a yummy breakfast there. I love giving myself little rewards. It helps me look forward to the end of that small goal, and it helps me keep working on the bigger goals. Every time you do these things, you increase your belief in your ability to continue. Have a yes brain, being open to an experience rather than closed off to it. Also, if at first you don't succeed, you are in excellent company. I don't know who said that, but it's so true. Many of those who have made it have done so only after multiple setbacks, rejections, and failures. Because of their self-efficacy, though, they believed that they had what it took to succeed, and we can too. So nurture your own enthusiasm, believe in yourself, and set tiny habits or goals so that each time you accomplish them, you're building upon that self-efficacy every single time. You can affect change in yourself and in your situation through your own efforts. So what next? Remember Fred Astaire. Didn't matter what everybody thought of him. He believed in himself, and he kept practicing what he wanted to make sure that he got good at, and he succeeded. Work on your self-efficacy little by little. Think about your inner voice. Make it speak kindly to you by using things like mantras and positive affirmations. Recognize how your environment affects you, all those things we talked about. Where you live, who's around you, what feeling there is, what relationships there are. Think about all of those things that affect your decisions. Remember the little engine that could, and think about role models and people that you can look to for being a good example, doing the things that you want to do. Follow the tips that we suggested, and make sure that you pick baby habits. Pick one now. Start one today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact me. My email address, phone number, and the website for our organization are right here. And we are excited to grow with you. Let's grow together. And let's make the healthy choice the easy choice. One baby step at a time. Thank you so much.